Hey there, it's David H. Lawrence the 17th, and today I want to talk to you about something that is kind of like the big elephant in the room when people want to get into a business like ours, performance, voiceover, on camera, because everybody wants to sell you the solution, the secret, the ability to crack the code, to make it easy to do what we do. And the truth of the matter is that voiceover in particular, on camera, any type of production, any type of performance that somebody else has the ability to say, yes, we want you, or I'm really sorry, but we went in a different direction. It's hard. It's really, really hard. My friend Michael Kostroff has a package called Audition Psych 101. And he's right up front with it. You know, if anybody tries to tell you that they can show you how to get booked, you should run from them. You should just like leave skid marks. I say that to people that ask me. You know, people will come to me and they'll say, hey, I want to do voiceover, but I'm just wondering how long it'll take me to make my money back on the classes. I don't know. Or how quickly will I book? This is a big one. How quickly can I make a living from it? I'm not sure you can make a living from it. And if anybody tells you they can help you make a living from it, absolutely guaranteed, take the guarantee. And when they don't, take the money back. I mean, it's just, don't waste your time trying to figure that out because there are so many things that are beyond your control. So having said that, voiceover is really hard, on camera is really hard, until one day it isn't. It just all of a sudden starts to click. And there are really three different things that pay attention to that help to inform that. The first one, by far, is great training and the energy to take that training and put it to good use. You know, it's not just to get great training, get great classes and all that. People attend my classes all the time and I see them kind of going through the motions and I try to help them and I say, look, you gotta apply this stuff, right? Some people just don't have the energy. And who knows why that is. It could be that they start off with all the best intentions, but somewhere down the line they go, wow, this is really a lot more than I bit off a lot more than I could chew. So the idea of getting great training and implementing it, you know, revolves around this having the energy to do so. That's one thing. The other thing is persistence. I can't tell you how many times people have asked me, how do you handle the rejection of hearing no all the time? And I do. I hear no all the time. People get this impression that when you're successful, you work all the time. I hear no far more often than I hear yes, or I hear nothing far more often than I hear yes. But you have to have that persistence and know that if you just keep your nose to the grindstone, things will start to break for you. And that persistence may last for years, weeks, months, quarters, years. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson was really famous for saying, David Letterman said, wow, you're just like an overnight success. And he goes, oh, it took me 15 years to be an overnight success. And it's true. He worked in the business for a long time before anybody noticed him. And then the third thing that I think is really important is something that is kind of the big elephant in the room times two. And that is talent. You can want to do this all you want, but if there isn't some innate talent there, or if you can't develop the talent, because some people are born with it, some people aren't, they develop it over time. You have to have the talent. And you know as well as I do, there are people walking around thinking that they're talented and they aren't. And it's hard to talk about that because you don't want to be the Debbie Downer, the guy that goes, yeah, you know what? You're just not talented enough. And usually the people that watch these videos are far enough along in their journey that they know that they have talent. They know they can develop more talent. And it's a fun ride. But if you don't have that, well, it makes VO and on-camera performance stick to being really hard. But then what happens one day is that all of the things that you've been practicing and putting into play, the energy, the training, the persistence, the development of the talent, it starts to click. I mean, when you think about the different categories of voiceover that are just really difficult to get into, network animated shows, high-end looping on feature films and network television. You know, on-camera performance, drama, comedy, whatever it is. These are difficult things to get into until one day they're not so hard because you crack one. You know, we talked about the rules being changing, and you say to yourself, well, just one day I want to just give me a small background role. I just want to be on camera. I just want to be on set. I want to see what happens. And give me a co-star. Give me a guest star. Give me a top of show guest. Give me, you know, an in voiceover. You give me one network commercial. Give me one, you know, audiobook that's like a big publisher. You get to the point where that happens. And you're not quite sure how it happens, but it happens. And then you realize, oh, it was really hard up until then. And once you look back on how you did it, you realize all of those things were in play, right? The persistence, the energy, the training, and the development of that talent. So just know that if you're committed to this, and for some of you, you can't help yourselves. You're committed whether you want to be or not. If you're committed to this and you put those things into play, voiceover, on-camera performance, they're all going to be possible. And they're going to be possible for you, not just that person you look at and go, how did they do that? That's how they did it. That's really how they did it. If you're watching this the first day it's being released, I'm going to be training people on how to do audiobooks in the ACX Masterclass for this particular year. And I'm really excited about that. That's all I'm going to say about it. I don't want to take these videos and turn them into sales pitches because they're not. These are just ways that I've done some things that other people would like to do. And I want to share that with you. And we're doing one a day for the whole year. We're almost up to the first 30 days. It's crazy. Now, I want to know from you, what broke the log jam, if it has been broken already, for you? What was it that you realized that made this all easier? A little bit more accessible, a little bit more fun, not so frustrating. And for those of you that haven't hit that point yet, what do you think is your biggest hurdle? What do you think is your biggest, I can't do this? Because I'm going to talk about those things coming up. These things that you put a name to that are stopping you from moving forward. If you want to subscribe to this channel to hear when the next video is coming out or to be notified when that happens, go ahead and click on my head there. Oh, look, maybe there's no head there. There's a subscribe button somewhere on the page. If you want to see the latest video I've done, click on that frame right there that tells you what the latest video I've done is, because they'll play it for you. That's what they do around here. I'm David H. Lawrence, the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.